When most people think of the deadliest animals in America, they jump to apex predators, bears, mountain lions, and rattlesnakes. But the truth is that some of the most dangerous creatures on the continent are ones you wouldn't even notice until it's too late. Insects. We share the world with over 1 million described insect species, and the Americas are home to a remarkable diversity of them. Most are harmless, and some are absolutely essential to our survival. But a small number of them are genuinely capable of killing a human being. And I've always found it fascinating that some of the world's most lethal organisms don't have claws or fangs, just stingers, mouthparts, and parasites that can tear you apart from the inside. Today we're counting down the 7 deadliest insects found in the Americas. That's North America, Central America, and South America combined. Before we dive in, there are a few ground rules worth going over. I'll only be including true insects, which means no spiders, scorpions, or ticks, even though those are absolutely worthy of their own conversation. I'm also ranking these based on their overall threat to human health. Factoring in venom potency, the diseases they carry, their aggression, and the real, documented death tolls they've accumulated. With all of that said, let's get into it. Number 7. Puss caterpillar. We're starting our list with something that looks completely harmless, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. The puss caterpillar, known scientifically as Megalopyge opercularis, is found across the southeastern United States, Mexico, and parts of Central America. It's the larval stage of the southern flannel moth, and at first glance, it resembles a small clump of fur. Some people have even compared it to a tiny toupee. People have actually picked these things up because they find them cute. That is a mistake that has sent many of them straight to the emergency room. Beneath that soft, hair-like exterior are hollow, venomous spines that deliver an extraordinarily painful sting on contact. The venom causes an intense burning sensation that radiates from the sting site and can spread up the limb within minutes. In more serious cases, victims have reported nausea, vomiting, difficulty breathing, and full-blown anaphylaxis. Outbreaks in Texas and Virginia have prompted public health warnings on multiple occasions, with schools closing their outdoor areas after large numbers of caterpillars were found on trees and playground equipment. Deaths from puss caterpillar stings are extremely rare, but the severe systemic reactions they're capable of triggering place them firmly on this list. It's a reminder that danger in the insect world doesn't always announce itself. Number 6. Black fly. Moving deeper into the Americas, the black fly presents a very different kind of threat. Black flies are small, humpbacked insects belonging to the family Simulidae, and they are found across virtually the entire Americas. In North America, they're notorious for their swarming bites in spring and summer, which can cause intense irritation and medically significant allergic reactions. In rare cases, swarms have even been documented killing livestock. But in Central and South America, particularly near fast-flowing rivers, the black fly is responsible for something far more devastating. Many individuals in these regions can carry Onchocerca volvulus, a parasitic worm that is transmitted through bites, causing onchocerciasis, or river blindness. The World Health Organization considers river blindness one of the leading infectious causes of preventable blindness globally. The disease has a significant presence in Latin America, particularly in Venezuela, Brazil, Ecuador, Colombia, Guatemala, and Mexico, with an estimated 500,000 people across the region considered at risk. Large-scale eradication programs have made real progress over the past few decades, but the black fly remains a genuine public health concern in parts of the Americas and earns its place on this list. Number 5. Yellow jacket. For most people living in North America, the yellow jacket is the most realistic insect threat they are likely to encounter in their daily lives. These small, aggressive wasps are found throughout the United States, Canada, and into parts of Mexico. Unlike bees, which typically sting only when directly threatened, yellow jackets are notoriously short-tempered. Disturbing a nest, which can sometimes be entirely underground and hidden from view, can trigger an immediate and overwhelming attack. And unlike honeybees, yellow jackets are capable of stinging the same target multiple times. Their venom itself isn't especially potent compared to some of the other entries on this list, but the real danger lies in the body's immune response. Anaphylaxis, a severe, potentially fatal allergic reaction, is responsible for the majority of deaths caused by yellow jacket stings. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, stinging insects as a group, including bees, wasps, and hornets, cause an average of around 62 deaths per year in the United States alone, and yellow jackets contribute a significant share of that figure. People who have already experienced an anaphylactic reaction to a sting are at a substantially higher risk from subsequent encounters, which is why doctors recommend that high-risk individuals carry an epinephrine auto-injector at all times. This is an insect that quietly contributes to preventable deaths every single year. Number 4. Red imported fire ant. The red imported fire ant has one of the most remarkable and destructive introduction stories in North American history. Native to the river floodplains of Central South America, Solenopsis invicta is believed to have arrived in the United States sometime in the 1930s through the port of Mobile, Alabama, most likely as a stowaway in soil used as ballast on cargo ships. From that single point of entry, it spread with extraordinary speed. Today, fire ants are established across more than 13 U.S. states, Puerto Rico, and parts of Mexico and the Caribbean. What makes fire ants uniquely dangerous is their coordinated attack behavior. When a nest is disturbed, thousands of workers emerge and sting simultaneously. Their venom, known as solenopsin, creates an intense burning sensation, hence the name, and causes characteristic white pustules to form at each sting site. For most people, this is painful but manageable. For individuals with a venom allergy, however, a fire ant attack can become life-threatening within minutes. It's estimated that around 14 million people in the United States are stung by fire ants each year, and they account for a notable share of stinging insect deaths. Beyond the direct threat to human health, fire ants have had a devastating impact on native wildlife, ground-nesting birds, and agricultural systems across the southern states. Number 3. Africanized honeybee. The story of the Africanized honeybee is one of the most dramatic cautionary tales in the history of scientific research. In 1956, a Brazilian geneticist named Warwick Kerr was working on a project to develop a more productive honeybee by crossing the European honeybee with the African honeybee, which was known to thrive in tropical climates. The following year, a visiting beekeeper inadvertently removed the queen excluders from 26 experimental hives, and the African strain queens, along with their swarms, escaped into the surrounding Brazilian wilderness. What followed was a slow but essentially unstoppable march northward. The Africanized bee spread through South America, through Central America, and crossed into the United States through Texas in 1990. It has since established itself across much of the American Southwest and Southeast. The Africanized bee's venom is no more potent than that of the European honeybee, but its defensive behavior is dramatically more aggressive. A disturbed colony will pursue a perceived threat for up to around 400 meters, and swarms have been known to deliver thousands of stings to a single victim. Since their accidental escape in 1957, it is estimated that Africanized honeybees have killed more than 1,000 people across the Americas. They are responsible for a number of deaths in the United States each year, and incidents involving livestock and pets are common across the southern states. They are a genuinely formidable presence, and one that isn't going away anytime soon. Number 2. Kissing bug. Despite its almost comically gentle name, the kissing bug is one of the most underestimated killers on this entire list. These blood-feeding insects belong to the subfamily Triatomini, and they get their nickname from their tendency to bite their victims around the face while they sleep. At least 11 different species of kissing bugs are found in the United States, and they are widespread throughout Central and South America. The bite itself is often completely painless, which means most victims have no idea they've been attacked until symptoms begin to emerge. The real danger is what the kissing bug can carry. Many individuals are infected with Trypanosoma cruzi, a single-celled parasite that causes Chagas disease. In the acute phase, patients may experience fever, swelling at the bite site, and fatigue, symptoms that are easy to mistake for any number of common illnesses. In many cases, this phase resolves without treatment, but the parasite doesn't leave the body. Decades later, somewhere between 20 and 30% of infected individuals develop serious chronic complications, most notably an enlarged heart and progressive heart failure. The World Health Organization estimates that Chagas disease kills approximately 10,000 people globally each year. In Latin America, it is considered one of the most significant neglected infectious diseases, affecting an estimated 6 to 7 million people. In the United States, approximately 300,000 people are believed to be living with Chagas disease, and the majority of them are undiagnosed. Number 1. Mosquito. If you've spent any time reading about deadly animals, then this final entry won't surprise you at all. The mosquito is, by an enormous margin, the most dangerous insect in the Americas, and quite possibly the most dangerous animal on Earth. There are thousands of mosquito species, but only a small number transmit some of the most lethal diseases known to humanity. In the Americas, the key players are Aedes aegypti, which transmits dengue fever, Zika virus, chikungunya, and yellow fever. the various Anopheles species, which transmit malaria in parts of Central and South America, and Culex mosquitoes, which are the primary vectors of West Nile virus across North America. Dengue fever alone infects an estimated 390 million people globally each year, with the Americas accounting for a significant and growing share of that burden. West Nile virus has become a permanent fixture in North America since its arrival in 1999, with the CDC recording thousands of clinical cases and hundreds of deaths in the United States each year. In parts of the Amazon basin and across Central America, malaria continues to claim lives despite decades of eradication efforts. What makes the mosquito so devastatingly effective is the combination of its sheer abundance, its intimacy with human settlements, and its biological role as a vector. It doesn't simply bite you, it injects pathogens directly into your bloodstream. No other insect in the Americas comes remotely close to matching that level of lethality, and no amount of pest control or public health progress has managed to unseat it from the top of this list.